Welcome back to this special series of videos created to share the benefits with our fellow FSDF members and subscribers to SHD Logistics. This is about innovative ways to finance and procure VO. Now Mark, thank you very much for joining us. Well, the economy is improving, but cash for this sort of investment is always going to be tricky. So how can you actually work with clients to help them save on voltage optimisation without them just having to write out a cheque?
Well, in the last few months, we've agreed with an ethical funder. I mean, we've always had funding. We've always been able to lease this equipment for our clients. But the really exciting thing is that our funder, who's an ethical funder, so they've got money available for energy-saving projects, and they know how well they perform. But also, importantly, they know that we put forward responsible savings. And you talked about the pitfalls in the previous video that we did with regard to VO, where people are coming in and banding around, seriously high double-digit figures. It's probably, we know we've achieved it, but it's not a good starting point. But because we're at a sensible level, we've been able to agree insurance-backed underwriting for our savings. Now, there are some conditions in there, they're not particularly onerous, but we're in a position now where, with the value of our equipment being respectable, the level of savings being sensible, we're able to fund it with low-cost money, and we're also able to guarantee it by insurance-backed savings. So we're delivering money straight to the bottom line of the client, and that's underwritten by an insurance company, not by us. So I think that's pretty innovative. And on top of that, of course, then they've got the CO2 savings that are associated with that. So that's one of our key points now that we'll be able to bring to the market for 2016 is insurance-backed savings.
And you mentioned that you actually had another second element as well.
Yeah, this is quite an exciting area. It's been not particularly well publicised, and it's called demand response. And we're working with a partner of National Grid where we've been able to agree very, very significant cash payments just to sign up to the programme. You don't even need to participate if you're prepared to turn assets off during times of stress in the grid.
Right. Now, for me, I would think turning assets off would actually be detrimental to production and therefore turnover.
Well, these events, when they happen for a maximum of 30 minutes. Now, if you're running a cold store, for example, and you've got your big chiller pumps that are running, turning those off for 30 minutes is probably not going to have any impact on operations.
Right.
We know of one cold storage business that has actually agreed to shut its whole site down because they've got a backup generator that is big enough to run the whole site. And because of the payments are into six figures for participation, the client has said, why wouldn't we do it? So they're prepared to wait to be told that they'll need to cut their power and they will get significant payments. Whether they are used or not, they still get paid. So it's very exciting for them. In fact, there's so much money in it for them, they can afford to buy a backup generator off of it in order to power their site. So, that's another innovative way. Now, of course, that is an extreme, doing your whole site. But we're looking for assets of probably 50 kilowatts. If you've got those sorts of assets, we can arrange with National Grid for you to get quite significant funding from them to participate in that shutdown programme.
So with voltage optimisation, obviously you're going to improve your carbon usage,
Sure.
Emissions reduction
Indeed.
as well, potentially save money.
Without a doubt, save money. There's no two ways about it. So, what we've actually developing here is using the technical terms of one is demand side. So we're reducing what the client uses, what they're demanding. And on the other side with this, we're dealing with a supply side. We're reducing the power in the grid. We've got to spend over 70 billion in this country to get the grid up to spec. We don't have enough power stations. We're at 1% at the moment. That's on pure generating capacity. Emergency measures have increased that to about 5 or 6%. And these are part of those emergency measures. But we can work with our clients to either use, if they've got generators, to feed into the grid, or if they've got assets, we can switch them off, and they can put in voltage optimisation. And the whole thing packaged together, I'd be surprised if a fair-sized cold store couldn't get 20,000, £30,000 to the bottom line guaranteed, because it's just quite simple. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it is possible.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Mark, for joining us.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Well, if you've enjoyed the series, please subscribe on our website below, as there will be more videos on how to make major savings in energy use. Bye for now.